Welcome to Daily Life Connection. Thanks for joining me as we explore Luke chapter 15 and how it reveals the heart of God to us, how it corrects our religious things that we're wrong about in our religious perspective, how it corrects our performance-based Christianity and our performance-based living. Today we're going to explore how in this story the Father offers unconditional welcome, blessing, and celebration for everybody. Unconditional welcome. You see, that goes back to verse 1 when Jesus is celebrating and eating with and enjoying the company of sinners, and they're upset about it. And Jesus tells this story, and he says, I only do what I see the Father doing. So what he's saying is, Abba is just like that. Abba, Father, he celebrates as well and welcomes and blesses these people unconditionally. It's a celebration of who they are in his eyes. I think that's really important for us to understand that today. Jesus sees us through his eyes and through what he has done for us. Let me read Colossians chapter 1. It's just this so profoundly states this. He says in chapter 1, verse 22, Yet now he has reconciled you to himself. He reconciled you to himself. He's already done that through the death of Christ in his physical body. As a result, he has brought you into his own presence, and you are holy and blameless as you stand before him without a single fault. But you must continue to believe this truth and stand in it. Let me read that again. He has brought you into his own presence, and you are holy and blameless as you stand before him without a single fault. That's how he sees every one of us. That's how he sees us. Not because of what we have done or haven't done, but because of what he has done. Because of what Jesus has done, because of his faithfulness, we have been made righteous. Because of his faithfulness, we've been brought into his presence and we've been reconciled to him. One translation in 2 Corinthians 5 says, God is already friends with you. Won't you be friends with him? He's already established his friendship with you. He's already reconciled you. He already sees you as whole and complete because of what Jesus has done. That is such amazing good news for us today, that when he looks at us, he doesn't look at our behavior. You know, the reality is sometimes we look at people that way. Well, often we do, don't we? You know, when we look at somebody and they treat us really nicely and they buy us a present and they do something really nice and they're very polite to us and they include us, and we want to respond that way. We see them with very kind and glowing eyes. But, you know, if they treat us nasty, if they steal something from us, if they spread bad rumors about us, and so on, then we look at them and we we put them on a different level. We move them down, don't we, in our estimation. We see them. Jesus never does that. Father never does that. He doesn't see this younger son any differently than he sees the older son. He sees sons. Even when this older brother is so miserable in his attitudes and is so messed up and distanced from his father, he still calls him son, my child, my son. The Father sees us in the completed work of Christ. Oh, I think that's good. Let's say it again. Father sees us in the completed work of Christ. Holy, righteous, blameless, perfect, adopted, seated, raised, united with him. He sees us like that. That's why he treats us with open arms. That's why every time someone turns toward him, he smiles and runs toward them and hugs them and blesses them, because he has already, in his heart and mind, chosen to see them like that. Wow. To find those who are lost, have lost their way, to find those who have lost themselves. They've lost, it says, what will it profit you if you've gained the whole world but lose your own soul? You lose yourself. You don't become true to who you were created to be. You're lost. Then and your purpose is lost. Your dreams are lost. Jesus said, I want to restore all of that. And there's not a thing you have to do, because I've already done everything necessary to make it true for you. That's good news today. He sees us as holy and blameless in his presence, reconciled friends of God before we ever do anything about it. And so he offers this unconditional love because of who he is, not because of who we are or what we have done. That's good news. Let's think about it. We'll talk again tomorrow.